fast? I did not see that. Show on the screen. Hello and welcome to Mondays with Max back on OBS and not EVMux. All right, make sure you guys can all hear me. Can you hear me? I hope so. Last week when I tried to do this, I could not hear you. Hellish Miner says that music makes you sound as if you are a new caster. I'm sure it's a newscaster. Oh, newscaster. I thought he meant like a new YouTuber is what I was thinking he meant. Well, welcome everybody. Let's do a max voltage quick rundown. Unfortunately, top of the chat got, so the person who was 8th was Crypto Crag. So sorry, anybody who was 1 through 7. Retro Mike, welcome. Nas City, the Mining King. Yeah. Thanks, man. All right. Well, it was all great talking to you guys. I got to go now. Nick Driver, thanks for being a new subscriber. Appreciate it. In fact, I'm going to write that down because I'll talk about that too. Sorry. Trying to write things down and get a little bit more organized. New subscriber. I wonder if this is going to like keep going off because this is like since the last time. Or if these are actually new subscribers. But if you are here and you are a new subscriber, let me know. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Storytime Samantha, Blackhawk Team, Dakota Miner, Cody Johnson, Let's see here. People are going to start coming in. Black Sales, Carl Cote, Duke Nukem, Red Fox Crypto blessed us with his presence. Thank you. Yeah, it'd be nice if I was at 50K subscribers, but yeah, 50K Bitcoin. Woohoo! Homebrew Crypto, Nick Riley, Scott Sheffield, Crypto Bedell, Integra Guy 041. In fact, that reminds me, I'm going to talk about that too. Burn, Sherlock's, J-Rad, Cook 4015, scrolling. So Paddywhack Miner, I think I've gone past you a few times without saying your name, but anyway, sorry about that. Alexander Fleener, Automatic Beats, Traveler's Travels, The Toxic Miner, Todd Tebow, Steven Cicero, Black Hat Team, Pellish Miner, I read what you said, but I didn't actually. DJ Mines, good to see you, sir. I think it's at 50K because you streamed earlier. I think that's the reason why. So probably when I stream, it'll go back down below 50,000. Let's see who else is here. Dave Hall, Bell Miner, Sox Fan, Aragorn Strider, J Rose, Gaming with Smokey Dan, Peter Belial, I think, and Cooler Mine. Alrighty. And Rich Borgia. All right, that's the last one I'm going to say. Alrighty, you got T-Gig, Mr. Olofsson. All these guys are now saying stuff. Alrighty. Welcome to Mondays with Max, everybody. I am your host, Max Voltage, as you all know. Got lots to talk about tonight. First and foremost, thank you to Red Panda Mining for the serious subscriber bomb. Because I was at 4210. And I am now, last time I checked, at 4620. So gained over 400 subscribers thanks to him. Although, interestingly enough, 350 was the count after the stream. And I've since still gone up like 60 more subscribers, which seem to be mostly today. So I don't know what happened today that specifically raised the subscriber count. But anyway, it's a nice surprise. And of course, Red Panda is always very generous with his time. And he has reminded us a number of times that the reason why he does it is because somebody did it for him. And that was the technicals. Technicals helped get him to where, helped get him, give him a start, and gave him additional subscribers. So he is simply paying it forward. And I don't mean simply as in big deal. It's a big deal, but he doesn't make a big deal out of it. So again, thank you, Red Panda. I appreciate the sub bomb. But the reason why there was a sub bomb was because he used my video to do a KS0 Pro giveaway, which I will also be doing. In fact, let me grab the box without showing my address. Ugh. There we go. There it is for proof. I will not be opening it. I will not be testing it. I will simply be giving it away in its current form. But you know, you guys have heard me talk about these particular miners. It's great if they're free because they are profitable. It's just the fact of trying to make up that initial investment. So thank you to BP for providing that for a giveaway. Here is what I am going to do for the giveaway. I'm going to be doing a little bit different than some of the others. And I have to figure out how I'm going to do it exactly. But here is what I'm going to do. I am going to set up a simple survey, very simple. And in order to qualify for the giveaway, you have to fill out the survey. It'll be like 1 or 2 questions. It's about qualifying. But here's the reason why I'm doing it is I will also be giving any member that signs up will be getting an extra entry for every month that they have been one of my members. So they will have additional chances, or anybody who subscribes between now and I'm gonna try to get it done by next Monday. Still in planning stages. We kind of came up with this over the weekend as we were driving home from Kansas, as to how we were going to do it. But that's the essence of what I'm going to be doing. I just have to figure out exactly how I'm going to communicate the giveaway and the survey and all that. But in order to qualify, you have to fill out the survey. You do not need to be present when the giveaway is done. So just have to be, what was that? Yeah, you just have to do the survey. Even if you're a member, you still have to do the survey. It's a qualification of doing that. So anyway, that is what we're going to be doing that. What do I mean by channel membership? Yes, I mean channel membership. That's exactly what I mean, Steven Cicero. I appreciate that prompting to clarify that. So if you are a member, I have a list of all the members, all the current members of the channel. So it'll be based upon, and I do have not just the amount in a row, I have the amount total that you've been a member. So I will be, like I said, doing it in such a way that all the members will, like I said, if you've been a member for 12 months, you'll get the entry for the survey plus 12 additional entries. So that is the way I'm going to do it. DJ Minds, do not give people ideas. You're killing me, Smalls. There will be, it's, you know, there's always ways around everything. And that's what's really frustrating. And I appreciate you bringing that up. It would have been better if it was in private, because then I could have tried to figure out a way around that. Anyway, like I said, we're still figuring out the details. Yeah, thank you, Steven Sister, for being a member for 13 months. So appreciate that. And yes, you will get 13 extra entries. So anyway, we will figure out the details. Sounds rigged. Well, in essence, it is somewhat rigged, but I feel like, you know, my members have been supporting me for some of them for a really long time, some of them for not so long. But yeah, I felt like that was what was fair. Wanted to give them some additional chances to win. So not totally rigged though. They'll still have a better chance of winning than others who haven't been members, but overall it'll still be a low percentage. I'm assuming I'll get a lot of entries and we will go from there. Alrighty guys, enough of that. I wanted to go over this because I thought this was really funny. So as you know, I went out to Kansas, and one of the things that I talked to Mining King about before I went out there was that we'll do the live stream together, and we were trying to figure out ways that we could be funny about it. And we were still trying to kind of figure it out, even up to the stream. And the plan was that he was going to excuse himself, go get a drink, and then he would be caught in the background of my camera and see who noticed. But then Chump did the most awesome prompt that said, wouldn't it be funny? Like, because they were joking that we were in the same place, but wouldn't it be funny if Sunflower Mama just like popped up behind King? And I was like, he is totally kidding. He has no idea that that's what's about to happen. And if you notice, you'll look, and I'm looking off to my left, talking to Sunflower Mama saying, hey, yeah, go walk in behind King's screen. And the look on Chump's face was priceless. Absolutely priceless. He was so surprised and laughed so hard. The other really funny part about it is that Hawk knew about it because King had told Hawk that I was coming out there. And so he's sitting there trying not to show that he knows what's going on. So he's drinking something, and he's drinking for a really long time, trying to not like crack up, knowing what's about to happen. And so then Chump says to him, oh man, Hawk, so what's up with you? And it looks like you're taking a really long drink. Everything okay? And he's like, oh yeah, it's fine. This is just Coke or Diet Coke or whatever he was drinking. And then Sunflower Mama then popped out. Anyway, it was pretty funny, and that should definitely make the highlights of the end of the year. Cause yeah, we totally got Chump on that one. We definitely got him on that one. The other funny thing was you could tell that Goat was looking at something completely different. He was researching something. He was trying to think of things that we were going to talk about because he didn't know what happened at all. His reaction, there was no reaction from him. And I've been there. I've been that guy that's been researching things as everybody else is talking or laughing about something. But I thought that was kind of interesting as well. So anyway, I definitely thought that was a funny moment on Saturday Night Live. If you didn't see it, it's in the first part of the show. Definitely go check it out. It is pretty darn funny. So what? Oh, okay. Anyway, oh, Mining King looking for his donut. Okay, I see that now. And
he said you get brownie points. Earlier he said, just remember brownie points for the boss, meaning he gets more entries.
Oh, brownie points for the boss. Yeah, you just get a donut. Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about the trip to Kansas. So I was running out of power in the basement and realized that all the 4090s I got were going to be really difficult to fit within the power budget I had in the basement. So I was like, you know what? Let me check with Tara, see if they will let me host there. They said, sure. I said, can I come this weekend and bring them this weekend? They're like, sure. So yeah, we drove out there on Friday and met for a little bit, like just for drinks and stuff on Friday night, and then got to work on Saturday. Got my two up and running. I don't know, maybe King can tell me like how percentage wise how much of the deployment did I do, but obviously I got them so that they were ready to go. As there were 12 GPUs I needed to put into an Octominer, and then there were 12 GPUs that were already in an Octominer. Those didn't really require anything because I had already pre-done that. And then one of the cards that I needed to put into the second one needed fans replaced. So I did that while I was there. That was like super easy. It was much easier than I thought it was going to be. I did a video on that, or I say short on that. And then we deployed them. And then pretty much the rest of Saturday, I was just helping King with whatever he needed help with. And it was good. It was good. I have carpal tunnel though, because of the boxes. Whoever sent the Asics, they literally used, and I kid you not, an entire roll of tape to tape up the Asic box. It was like Kevlar to try to get through that. I feel like it was like a hazing because we couldn't find well, Mining King said who it was. It was RPM that sent the Asics. We couldn't find a cutter, so I was using not a flathead screwdriver, but a Phillips head screwdriver to try to open the boxes. So that was fun. But anyway, so I was unboxing them, getting them ready for King, and putting some other stuff on a test table. Anyway, but was helping them out a little bit. Not a whole heck of a lot. Did more in the with the GPUs than anything else. But yeah, it was definitely a good time. It was eye-opening. Hey, Goat, how's it going? I wish I had that soundbite, but I do not. Max was sniffing the boxes. I wouldn't let let them go. Funny. But anyway, it was a good time. Like I said, it was eye-opening. Got to really see. You can't look at the pictures. It just doesn't do it justice when you look at that Asic farm. It's amazing. Yes, Scott Sheffield, you got it. But yeah, it was a good time. Like I said, very eye-opening, and enjoyed it a lot. And hopefully King felt like I was at least somewhat useful while I was there. But that's the other thing is now that my stuff is there, I can mine Kapow or any ProgPow variant. And that's really nice to have that flexibility. And right now I'm mining Chlor. I'm going to be looking at maybe switching something off of that. But yeah, especially this time of year with it still being cold, there's no trouble keeping those GPUs happy. Even the ones with GDDR6X memory. So I've got like 630-70 Ti's in there. Not the most efficient one, but hey, it's what I got. Anyway, where's the drink emoji? So that was my trip to Kansas. Oh, one question I wanted to want people to put in chat. How many Hivemapper pictures can you take on a trip from Chicago to Wichita? I'll just do those. That's obviously not exactly where I'm at, and that's not exactly where the farm's at. How many pictures can you take on your Hivemapper driving from Chicago to Wichita? How many do you think? Mining King, you are way off. Not round trip, one trip. Shoot. I don't know. Map it. You can figure that out. I'll let those people figure it out. Joker Miner with the 5 gifted memberships, giving those people an extra entry. So we got Homebrew Crypto, Gaming with Smokey Dan, Scott Sheffield, Joker Miner gifted himself a membership, and Jean-Francois Abin. Congratulations to all of you. And Joker Miner, seriously, you gifted yourself a membership? Just kidding. Thank you for, you've been a member though. You must have not gotten your renewal or something. But anyway, thank you, Joker, for doing the 5 gifted memberships. Very much appreciated. Unnecessary, but appreciated. Yes, Bell Miner Joker gifted himself. At least that's what it said. I'm just reading what it says. You guys can see what it says. Alrighty. Let's see. What else was I going to talk about tonight? Oh, sorry. We were talking about the Hivemapper. So it is about 100,000. Again, we had a few stops, but nothing very long. We were at 98,000 pictures, except just as we were going to get a potty break and gas was the time that he was giving away the KS0. So we wanted to hear who won. Not that we entered, but we wanted to hear who won. So, you know, that like 5 minutes turned into 15. So yeah, we were sitting there in the parking lot of the Casey's, waiting for that. So, you know, if we had not done that, we would have gotten the extra 2,000. There's about 1,000, a little over 1,000 pictures for every 10 minutes on the expressway. So, yeah, so 98,000 pictures. Now, on the way out, I was delayed. I had a bunch of things that I needed to do because I took down all of my 3060, 2x3060 Vast rigs and put other cards in those rigs. Put a 4070, a 4070 Ti, and a 3090 because I took down my Proxmox rig, which had a 4070 and a 3090 in it. So I took those two out, put those in rigs, and then I put a 4090 in that rig. And then the extra card came from my computer since they just released being able to use 4070 Ti's on Vast. So I am now using that in a Vast rig, and then I put a 3070 that I used to have in my computer, and so that one is now in my main computer. So that is what I had to do before I left, as well as packing everything up. So we didn't end up getting out of here until about 10:45, 10:45. So that ate into a lot of the light. So we only had 63,000 pictures on the way out, but overall we had a little over 160,000 pictures, as well as my Sunflower Mama took another drive that was about 9,000 pictures earlier. So we're gonna have close to around 170,000 pictures. So I'm really curious to see what the payout is from Hivemapper on Thursday. Crypto Crag with the 1234 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I never win a damn membership, and Joker Miner has a bigger PP than anyone on this stream. I have to read it. It's a super chat. So that's more of a DJ thing than a me thing. But yes, he's not wrong. I'll give him that. He's not wrong. So anyway, so that's why I went out to Kansas, was to help out King at least for a day. But the main reason was to deploy 2 Octaminers out there with my cards. So anyway, any questions about my trip to Kansas, let me know. Tag me in the stream if you have any questions. I would appreciate that. So I don't remember if it was in Discord or if it was a comment on, I do know that there was a comment on one of my shorts that basically asked about the Jasminer and impressions and things like that. One was noise. And my impression of the noise, and I'm not down there all the time, is that it's no different than an Octominer. It really doesn't sound that much different. And I have it on efficiency mode. So that probably it's probably a big reason why it is as quiet as it is. Now, with that said, I asked my daughter, who's down there much more often than I am. She has her computer downstairs. She said that about twice a night, which I'm guessing means every hour or two, it spins up and sounds like a jet engine. But that's for a very brief time. It's not for very long. So I've never heard it spin up like that, even when I was downstairs doing all the cards. I heard it spin up a little bit, but I wouldn't call it a jet engine. So maybe it's just a difference of opinion. So yeah. So that's noise wise, it definitely doesn't have that high pitched whine that everybody thinks of when they think of an Asic. So I think the X16 P is perfectly tolerable to mine at home. I wouldn't want to put it in the living room, that's for sure. But if you have a place that's a little out of the way, it isn't like I said, it's not going to have that high pitched whine that everybody says, oh, I just can't have that in the house, which I would agree. I'd never be able to have that in the house. You'd hear that everywhere. Now, as far as profitability, I was looking at, hold on, let me pull this up and switch to this. So I was looking, I just did a brief look at what prices were. So I just pulled up Crypto Miner Bros at 9,900. If you actually look at the Jasminer website, it actually shows that they're sold out to like December or something. So I'm guessing it's a pretty popular unit, but they must have a March batch that they still have some left on. So at $9,900, you make about $20 a day. And then if we say 12 cents a kilowatt hour, let me do this, 0.12 times 1.7, which is 1,700 watts or 1.7 kilowatts, equals times 24. So you're paying about $5 a day in power, but you're making $20. So you're netting about $15 on the unit at the current prices. So if we did 9,900 divided by 15, and then let's just do divided by 12, it'll be easier number. You're looking at 55 months. That's a long time. That's a really long time. That's over 4 years, like 4.5 years to pay itself back at current prices. Now, you could be investing in this thinking that the prices are going to go up, but what you're mining and what's profitable are beginner coins. They're brand new. Who knows what they're going to do? So yeah, I love the unit, but at that price, that's kind of a tough sell. That's kind of a tough sell. If the prices of the coins that are being mined suddenly goes up, yeah, this would be a great price. It's like when you're making the decision to whether or not to invest in a Caspa miner when Caspa was like around 3 cents. It was kind of a tough sell, but all of a sudden it jumps up to 14. it becomes a no-brainer. So question is of all the coins that this miner can mine, this ASIC can mine, are any of those going to, you know, 5x, 10x to the point where you're kind of like, oh, well, this is a no-brainer. Sure, no problem. But then there isn't a very high hash rate on these things, so it's going to be pretty easy to increase the hash rate. So a lot of variables in it. As with anything you buy, whether it be ASICs or GPUs, there's always a risk. So I would just say, think about it long and hard to see whether or not you want to invest in one of these. It isn't as simple as, oh, this thing's going to pay itself off in 6 months. Not that way. So hence probably the reason why Crypto Miner Bros still has some left to sell for the marked batch. So let's see what else. Yeah, I said profitability is about $15 a day. That's including if you're mining ZIL, which has been doing very well. That's about $5 to $7 a day. And yeah, and I said I was basing it on the 9900. Now that you may be able to get it for less than that from a different website. I don't know. But I know that the Crypto Miner Bros, when they say 9900, that's all in. That includes tariffs and everything. So, alrighty. Well, let's take a quick look to see where we are with Bitcoin. So we are still over 50,000, barely, but we're still over 50,000. And I haven't been on very long, so maybe by the end I'll have knocked it down. But yeah, this is definitely a nice surprise. Definitely a nice surprise. Really kind of curious what we think this is going to do. I don't expect Bitcoin to be going up at this point for a normal cycle. Obviously, this cycle seems to be different with the Bitcoin ETFs. This may be a result of that. And the question is, how long is that going to have an effect on this? And of course, it will continue to always have an effect on it because more and more people are going to invest in it. But that initial rush, like the Grayscale stuff that has sold out that was waiting to get back in, my question is, have all of those people now gotten back in, or are they still trickling in? So we're going to still see this effect going forward for maybe another 3 or 4 weeks, possibly. I don't know. What do you guys think? You know what? That is not working. I said what to Panda?
You said Panda's name before.
Oh, yeah, I said Panda. That's why he's here. Hello, Mr. Panda. Thank you for the over 400 subscribers. I got another like 60 today. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. If you didn't already hear that, you are a very kind soul. He is here to hear, I know, a story that I told him I was going to tell tonight. And actually, so in a group chat that I'm in, there was this that somebody posted, and basically how this person reacted to Discord layoffs. And it got me thinking about my layoff experience. And I have kind of a weird one that I will tell. I will tell a little bit later, but I will tell this. And thank you, Red Panda, for the $20 super chat, even though it is Canadian. Very much appreciated. F yeah, subs. Yeah, loving it. Man, I would really, really like to get to 5,000, and this gets me a hell of a lot closer. And obviously, the content I've been putting up, I'm sure, will help, and I will be continuing to do that. I've had a bunch of ideas I still want to do and motivated to do. Actually, kind of, I don't know, I just feel rejuvenated to do content. So we'll continue to do that. All right. So this was posted. I will tell the story. The interesting thing about it is that my old boss, the one I used to complain about, but is a nice guy, he got laid off today. So he called me today and let me know he was screwed. I won't go into details, but yeah. So I was kind of like, oh, well, now I really have to tell the story. Red Panda, Retro Mike Tech, Steven Cicero, Mining King, all of you banned. They're all calling you a Canadian troll. But again, Mining King, remember when I used to call you the nicest troll? I mean, if you're going to call Panda a troll, at least he's a nice troll. The troll nut does not necessarily mean a bad thing. So, okay, well, we're a half hour in, so I will tell the story. Red Panda wants to hear the story, so I will oblige him, especially considering the subscribers he provided. So this was back in 2001. And this was back when Comcast was buying out AT&T Broadband. AT&T Broadband was Telab's largest cable telephony customer, like 40% of their business. So I had been in the network solutions group, helped my boss get promoted because increased the business. I was a marketing manager. I had to set it up, right? So helped my manager become a director by increasing sales in network solutions group, which somewhat happened by accident because the job I was originally hired for, they're like, no, but we want to keep you here. What do you want to do? And I told them I wanted to be marketing manager of the CLEC business as well as the wireless business. This is low hanging fruit. We should be able to kill it in these markets, and we weren't. So I basically put together a demo program, went out on a tour, showing all the CLECs, wireless, killed it. Went from like about 1.2 million to 5 million in 1 year in sales. So he got promoted, obviously wanted to bring me with him. I had to wait for a little bit. So then he brought me over, was then marketing manager for the AT&T broadband account. Yeah. When AT&T broadband decided that they were going to get bought out by Comcast, they canceled all orders, all of them. So this again was 40% of our business was to zero. So now we only have 60% of our business to rely on for the rest of the year, except everybody else hears what AT&T broadband does and says, huh, we're pretty far built out. Maybe we're getting a little too aggressive, and everybody else pulls back their purchases. Doesn't cancel them all, but pulls back their purchases by about 30, somewhere between 30 and 50%. So about average about 40%. So yeah, we're down to about 35 to 40% of our original forecast for the entire year that we've budgeted for that is no longer there. So the company then decides that they're going to restructure along functional lines in order, why they did it was to avoid the WARN Act. But anyway, they did that so that they could set themselves up to not have to spend as much money on layoffs. So I actually talked to an attorney about it. He agreed with me that that's why they did it, but we didn't end up suing. But anyway, I was in the third round of layoffs. The interesting thing about it was, and this is the interesting part of the story, is they sent me out on a trip to Europe, a business trip to Europe on Monday. The layoff was on Wednesday. The rumor was very well that it was going to be on Wednesday. Everybody knew it. People can't keep their mouth shut at that company. So I'm thinking I'm on the block. Because I'm not the type of guy that can shut up and keep my head down. And that's what I was told to do. And I was still telling people, we can do this, we can do this. I was constantly problem solving, which evidently pissed some people off. But anyway, so I'm out there. The Wednesday layoff comes. I don't hear anything. So I guess, okay, I guess I'm clear. I find out on Friday, somebody who I was had a conference call with while I was over there, said, you know what you said? That's not right. And I said, wait a minute. Do you mean I'm getting laid off when I come back? And she's like, yes. So I'm like, okay, I got a call to verify. Couldn't get a hold of my manager, couldn't get a hold of the director. I ended up getting a hold of the VP who thought very highly of me. And I asked him, and he's like, well, and then he starts the layoff spiel. And I'm like, don't even bother. HR will go through that with me on Monday. I just needed to know. And he's like, just so you know, I will deny that I ever said this, but you need to know it. 3 weeks ago, I tried to get you transferred back to your old position because I didn't want you to see you get laid off. But the director said no, he couldn't afford to lose your headcount for 3 weeks. This was the guy that I helped get promoted to director. Yeah, these are the types of people that get ahead in life, which is just the most annoying thing in the world. So anyway, the funny part of the story is I fly back on Friday Immediately drive from the airport to work. On the way there, I call a guy that I know at the company that I still won't say who it was. But that wasn't directly associated with me at the company, but I knew him, and said, hey, if need be, can you let me in the building? I've been laid off, but I'm not going to be told until Monday. I want to clean out my desk. And he's like, yeah, no problem. But I ended up walking in behind a guy that was in the lab that, you know, obviously recognized me. We don't know each other. I don't know who he was. I just recognized the face. But yeah, he held the door open for me. I went in, cleaned out my desk, so I didn't have to do the walk of shame on Monday. My desk was completely spotless when my director came in. He was livid, is what I heard. And he starts like grilling all the guys I go to lunch with. So I end up calling him. He doesn't answer. I leave him a message and I'm like, stop pestering my coworkers. None of them knew what was happening. I would never have put them in this situation. Knock it off and grow up. And that's exactly what I told him. And so the other funny part about it is I call on Monday. I call HR at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I said, hey, I've been laid off. What do I need to know? They're like, what? I said, look, I was on a business trip, called the VP. He told me I've been laid off. I'm not coming into work today just so you guys can lay me off. We can do it over the phone. Tell me what I need to know. Wait a minute. What's your name? Like, so 5 minutes later, they come back. Yeah, we verified you were laid off. I'm like, all right, fine. Now what do I need to know? And they gave me like 3 things. I don't remember what the 3 things were, but they told me the 3 things. About an hour and a half later, the director calls me and says, well, we need to talk. I said, let me guess. And I'm like, A, B, and C. I said, I've been laid off, and A, B, and C. Anything else? He's like, nope. And I hung up on him. So the best part was that I went on a trip. So I've got my laptop, which they don't care about. But I have the department's LCD projector. HR doesn't know this. So I asked them, I said, so when do I need to return my stuff? And I asked them that. They had the opportunity to tell me we need the stuff back within a week. They said, oh, no, don't worry about it. We'll get it back to you. You just have to return it before we will, when you sign your release form, we need that back in order to release your severance package. I'm like, okay, fine. So I've got this. I held it for like 4 weeks because I wanted to find out about the WARN Act and whether or not I would be, deserved another like 2-month severance, which is what the WARN Act allowed for at that point. And so I finally, after those 4 weeks, I'm about ready to call them that day, but they called me first, all pissed off. HR did, and said, when are you going to return your stuff? I'm like, wait, what? Hang on a second. You said, and I quote, I don't have to return anything until. And then they said, well, you have the projector. I'm like, yeah, I know I do. So anyway, that day I returned it, and that's my layoff story. So anyway, and she just informed me I probably just lost a whole bunch of people. So, alrighty, let's see. What else do you guys want to talk about tonight? Any questions out there? You guys got to tag me when you guys ask questions. Let me go back over here. You know what? That's no, I only talked for 7. It was 7 because I looked at it. It was 8:35 at the time when I started. So there you go. Yes, Scott Sheffield, you are right. It did feel good. I do enjoy telling that story because it still irks me to this day. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention was that layoff was 2 weeks before 9/11. So, oh yeah, sorry. That was all about layoffs. That's why I left that up. But let me, who said that? Oh, all right. Back to me. You notice I don't have any Vast news up. Red. Oh, that's right. That's the equivalent Red Panda amount. It's interesting. It does the translation for us. So the $20 Canadian is actually $14.85. There we go. And I did notice that when I'm in OBS and it gives me chat, it doesn't highlight me within there. So I have to go back to the YouTube chat. Glad you enjoyed it, Red Panda. That was just for you. Vast.ai, how are the prices? Last time I checked, they still sucked. They've come way down. You got to have much lower prices than normal because the demand is gone. Again, you get this demand swing. That's what Vast is. It's all about what the market is right now. So yeah. And all for you miners with the Canadian $13.99 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just went through the dates thing. Stay strong. Oh, okay. And Dave Hall just becoming a member of OnlyFans. So thank you, sir. Appreciate that very much. But anyway, I'm glad you like the story, Red Panda. But yeah, Mining King, the prices of Vast are still down. We have to wait for the demand to catch back up. I didn't see that the supply has grown a lot. It's just strictly demand is the big thing. Let's see. Patty Whack Miner says, you need a good union rep. Happy to look after you at Terra. We'll do it pro bono just to wind up Hawk. That would be funny. No, I'm good without a union. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I did. I said OnlyFlans. My membership group is called OnlyFlans. Yes, it is called that. I did not see that ETH Fair was up 2,700% in 24 hours. Holy cow. Seriously. Hold on a second. Now I got to check something. Check out hashrate. No, go to Asics. Go to that X16 P and see if it shows. See, they don't even list Ethereum Fair in their mineable coins. That's as far as that for that unit. But I think it should be. You know what? I'll do that one tonight. As long as I can figure out how to do it. I will do that one tonight for the next 24 hours. I'll make that my next one. Was not going to plan on doing that one for the next one, but I will do that. So thank you. Appreciate the heads up on that. Play which video, Red Panda? Oh, the layoff video? All right, we'll do that towards the end. Ted said, at least they didn't give a non-compete that said you can't use any computers in a job within 500 miles. LOL. I got that one time. Really? That's crazy. And non-competes are completely unenforceable in most cases. There's, I guess there's a few small cases, but unless you are VP level or above, non-competes are absolutely not. And in certain cases where they let you go, that non-compete becomes irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant. All right, let's see what else. Gaming Smoky Dan says, when I lost my job at a card company, I was told they needed my shirts. So I left, got in my car, drove home, grabbed the shirts, drove back to dump at the store. Oh my gosh. That is pathetic. Oh my Lord. I can't believe anybody. Yeah, I can't believe anybody would do that. That's ridiculous. Give me a smoking scent. They no longer in business. LOL. Yeah, Tellabs was bought out by another company. I can't think of what the name of the company was, but it was one of their competitors for a long time. The Tellabs like dwarfed them for the longest time, and then now they're bought out by them. Well, so this all happened during the switch over from Mike Burke era, which was wonderful. He was the founder of the company. He ran the company great. He ran the company with an environment where, you know, speaking up was absolutely sought after. They wanted people to say what they thought, and it was valued. When Dick Nodebart came in, who was the CEO of Ameritech, think Illinois Bell, think large phone exchange, he came in and became a complete bean counter. Where can we cut? Not about the product, not about anything. It was all about how can we basically milk out of the company what we can while we still can. Like the company was dying when it wasn't dying, not at all. So yeah, he ran it into the ground. He really did. And didn't care about anybody. Just literally didn't care about anybody. Duke Nukem said, did you just say OnlyFans? Yeah, I went over that. Yes, I did. Mining King, what's the website you use for Vast prices? Are you really just trying to trigger me into like talking about Vast? The website is 500.fam. Sorry, 500.farm. That's what it is. And then just do a search on Vast and you'll pick it up. That is the website. What is my 4070 getting on Vast? Not much, about 9 cents right now. Still getting more than mining, considerably more than mining, but yeah, it's only getting 9 cents right now. That's what I had to lower it to in order to get it rented. Again, I've only got one verified rig, and even the verified rig finally fell off, which was unfortunate because that was making like 45 cents an hour. And now I have it priced at like 38 or something, like 35 is what it's currently at. So yeah, it came way down. But here's the other thing. I have, anytime the prices come way down, I will set short periods of time so that there's not like a month period, so that I can increase the price when the demand comes back. So what I'll do is like tonight, I'll look at it and I'll be like, okay, demand's still low. I will extend them out another like 3 or 4 days, and then look the day before they're going to expire and then extend out another 3 or 4 days, doing it that way. That way I'm never caught in that situation. I especially want to be flexible when it comes to the weekend. And actually one of my rigs is going to come off tomorrow because I'm going to expand it out from 2 cards to 4 cards. So it'll be 4 by 4090 rig. So I have a power supply, a mining frame that I got to build up, and some things that are like risers that I'm going to use. So looking forward to doing that tomorrow night.
Gaming with Monkey asks, how can we reduce costs and maximize profits?
How can you reduce costs and maximize profits? You mean for mining?
And then he has another question, like, do you think the 12 gig 2060s would work with Vast.ai, or is
so the 12 gig 2060s would work, I think. Here, I'm going to bring this up since you guys are asking. Okay, so here's the site. Let me bring it back up. What was that?
Dark mode it.
Yes, good call. If I can remember how the heck to do it. Trying to figure. I know that this has. I thought this had a dark mode, but it may not. Let me put the extension on. Manage extensions. No, that's definitely not right. Dark Reader, turning it on. All right, Dark Reader is now on. You're welcome. Okay, now let me put that on. Okay, so this is the site. Although that's a little over it, so we'll bring this down a little bit. Okay, so you select which card you're looking for, and then whether or not you're looking at unverified or verified. So we'll stay with the unverified. Let's see if we have a 2060 in here. 2060, 2060 Super. Are they just regular 2060s? Okay, there we go. Yes, 3070s are not good on Vast. That's why I took the 3070 off of Vast. I was getting less on that than I was on a regular 3060 12 gig. 3060 12 gig was making about 6 cents an hour. So for a 2x3060 rig, which was running at about 300 watts or so, I was making a little over 12 cents, actually 12.3 cents to be exact, per hour. Again, profitable, but not crazy profitable. Decided to put them in a rig that I sent down to Kansas, and you know, build up without the 3060s in there, since they were not the most efficient thing on Vast. So did anybody answer that question? I'll have to go back up to the top. Let me just click on the 2060s. Oh, this does say 12 gig of RAM. So this 2060 is the 12 gig, as they're assuming that. Right now there are 7 on there. Only 1 is rented. The other 6 are not. And it's currently rented at 3 cents. So is it worth it? Yeah, it's probably making more money than mining. 3 cents an hour. I mean, you can do the math. At 3 cents an hour times 24, you're making 72 cents a day on Vast. So what would you be making on that mining? And this will be a little bit higher power than what you'd be doing mining. So take that into account as well. So hopefully that answers your question there. Let me scroll back up to where I left off. So you asked me, what's a 4070 getting on Vast? So if we go here and go to 4070, if you're looking to pick things up, you can see the demand. Look at this. You know, this is where the supply is, and here's where the demand is down here. So currently you're looking at, you should be getting about 10 cents. I really cut my price because I really wanted to make sure I got rented. So I'm even below the 10%. So, all right, next question that I am tagged in. The state of Virginia took the company through the 100%. The state of Virginia took the company through the coals, and they lost tons of government contract, as they also had to pay back almost $2 million in back wages. I'm not sure what that's related to. Obviously related to the whole layoff conversation, but I may have missed the previous conversation. I gotta write that down before I forget it. ETH Fair. Geek of all trades. I'm surprised it took somebody that long to actually make that comment. You don't get milk from beans. Sheesh. And if anybody doesn't know that, I was talking about bean counters and bean counters milking. Yeah, anyway. Joker Miner, yours is at 15 cents. Well, you are a lucky bastard. That's what you are. Because, man, mine wasn't even rented at that high, and it would not get re-rented. Now, admittedly, mine was showing up as a new instance, so my reliability was lower. So I haven't looked recently, but I know it's in the 90s. I'm just not sure where it is in the 90s. I know it's above 93 at this point. Travels. Do you have any experience with the NVIDIA Tesla K80 GPU? I just got 3, but waiting for power adapter coming Wednesday. I do not. I don't know what kind of Tesla Hawk had, but he used to have a Tesla, I believe. So he may be a person that can answer that question. Give me a Smoky Dan says, you think the 12 gig oh, I already went through that. That's the, so yeah, the 3060 actually was making twice as much as the 2060 12 gig. Bless you. All my Vast rigs expire on February 30th. I'm so screwed. You know, you can change that. But I actually don't believe that that's what you did, because I don't think you can do that. Ivan Yoon says, hi, did you end up buying the C-Pain stuff? I did. So that's what I'm going to be installing tomorrow when it expires. I'll probably start putting things together a little bit tonight. Just getting it ready so I'm not scrambling tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be putting that together and getting it online tomorrow. Can you link this website? Are you talking about the 500.farm? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, I can definitely do that. Just know that when you get in here, just do a search on Vast. I don't want to put the whole thing in there. So there's the link. Pellish says, see you later. Time to drive home. She will definitely keep me in line. So good to see you, Pellish. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for rubbing it in, Joker. Appreciate it. You must have more patience than I do. I just don't have the patience. I'm like, I'll leave it there for like a half hour and I'll be like, I didn't get rented, so I'm gonna lower the price again. I need more patience. You're welcome, Game Me with Smokey Dan. And Geek of All Trades. What did you get Sunflower Mama for We don't believe in Valentine's Day in this household. I don't think I've ever gotten. Have I ever gotten you anything for Valentine's Day? She can't remember.
Okay, but it doesn't mean that that's the right way to be on Valentine's Day.
Anyway. Yes, thank you, Retro Mike. I agree. And she says that too. She has said that. It's gonna make me out to be the bad guy here. All right. Any other questions? We've been on for an hour. I want to make sure I went over everything. Went over that. Did that. Went over the giveaway. Well, one of I will do that. So, but I'm gonna go over one other thing first. So one of the things that was asked in, did I go over whether I should sell a miner or not, or an Asic? Okay, I didn't think I did. So one of the questions that somebody had asked me about in Discord, and asked it to a bunch of people, and thank you to everybody that responded. I thought all of them were good responses. Was, should I sell my Caspa miner? And I had said, well, are you going to get what you paid for it? And it was like 4,300 versus 4,000. So it was close, but it wasn't the full amount. And, you know, it really just depends. It really depends. With Caspa, I would say I'd be leaning towards yes more than anything, because of the fact that every month you're making less and less, not because of the difficulty, but because they reduce the rewards. So you have this double whammy of additional hash rate coming on with that also hitting you on the other side. So things are going to decrease even faster than in other cases where all you have is an increase in hash rate. So an increase in difficulty. But there's the other side of looking at things, and that is that if the price of the coin goes up, it obviously can become more profitable again, even though the rewards have gone down. And so maybe you want to keep it, because if you do, maybe the value of the miner will go up. And it was really hard to tell this person that it was the right thing to do, because it's really easy to tell somebody to do that when the price of the coin is down. When it was down around 10 cents, yeah, I was like, yeah, sell your miners. Absolutely sell your miners. Take it and then invest in Caspa. And that would have made a lot of sense, because guess what? It's up 40%. Made a lot of sense. But now that it's up near its all-time high, I don't know if that's necessarily the right thing. Will it keep going? Will it come down, have a drop, and then go again? I mean, overall, it's going to go up. But selling your miner at the top of the market, only at what you paid for it. Yeah, it really just depends on how badly you want to get out, I guess, is the thing. So I can't give like an absolute answer. Yeah, good point. And that's one of the things I'm actually going to be looking at with this payout. So anyway, so Geek of All Trades said, do the math. How much you going to make with Hivemapper over the next 6 months versus selling it now? FOMO is real. So yeah, I mean, you could order another one for $300 and get it in, I think, September or something like that. So you're looking at like 7 months. how much you're going to make in that 7 months. Are you better off selling it now? And trust me, I have definitely thought about that. And, but I really want to see like how much I make this week, with having 170,000 pictures, and then make a decision from there. So we'll be doing probably a short on that, with showing my experience, and, we'll see, but that's a good point, Geek. Appreciate that. Paddywhack Miner says, cannot afford 4090s. So what's your mid-price budget buy? Well, again, I can't really afford 4090s either. I don't say that everybody should be doing this, but before Christmas, Best Buy had a 24-month 0% interest. And so by my calculation, the 4090s at 25 cents, so only 25 cents per hour, they would pay themselves off in a year. So I financed most of them with 24 months. Now what I'm financing is 12 months. So as long as I stay above that 25 cents, I'm making enough money to pay them off. So that is my strategy. So it's not like I have the money sitting around. I just have a credit line that I can use to basically buy the 4090s. And then my plan is then pay them off, or not necessarily even pay them off, but get to the point where then I can use the funds to buy for more 4090s. That is the plan.
Ivan Yoon wants to know, did
So.
you buy the C-Pay redriver slot adapter or the normal one?
So good question, Ivan Yoon. Did you buy the C-Pane redriver slot adapter or the normal ones without the redriver? I bought the ones with the redriver, and here's why. If you look at RunPod, they specifically state in their requirements that if you are going to have some type of adapter setup, you have to have a redriver setup. They will not allow a direct ribbon cable or a direct non-amplified slim SAS connection. So, but anyway, it'll be interesting because it actually comes with an EEPROM programmer, and so you can program what that redriver actually amplifies it to. It comes like a standard at 12.8 dB. So we'll see how that goes. I have no idea what to do there, so that'll be a little bit of an adventure. Maybe it'll just work out of the box. We'll see. Paddywhack Miner says, your minister for war and finance is much more understanding than mine. Oh, like I said, it is not affecting our ability to pay expenses, day-to-day expenses. And yes, it's a bit of a risk, but I think it is a manageable risk because the bottom line is I can always sell the cards. Now we'll have to maybe sell them at less, sure, but if I'm making all this money up front, I should easily be making enough of that to make up the difference in any depreciation that there might be. So I'm definitely looking at it as it's a quick turnaround in the investment. So, and again, I'm not advocating for anybody to do that. I'm simply sharing. It's not financial advice. I'm simply sharing what I am currently doing. Other people are like, oh my God, what are you doing? I did this when I first came into mining. Did the same exact thing. I looked to see how long was it going to take me to pay off 6 5700 XTs, and doing them on a 12-month financing. And at that point, it was like 9 months. I'm like, done, let's go. And then of course everything exploded. So I was able to pay things off a heck of a lot faster. But at the same time, as long as things stayed where they were, I was in good shape. And I figured, hey, you still have the hardware. I could sell the hardware. Even if things didn't go well, I could sell the hardware and still not have that much of a loss. And that's where I'm currently at. And again, I really do believe we're going to have another shortage. Now's the time that if you're going to be buying, you need to be buying now. We've already started to see an uptick in prices. 4090s are readily available now. They're not hard to get. It's just really hard to get the Founders Edition. So that's what right now, that's what I'm focusing on, is only the Founders Edition. I want to buy the lowest priced one I can find, but it is not financial advice. Thank you. Ivan Yoon, good move. The non-redrivers did not work for me. Oh, good to know. Appreciate you letting me know that. I had actually talked to C-Pain actually, and he had actually said that, yeah, you need to have the redrivers. That's the recommended configuration. So, and I apologize for anybody that was actually doing the drinking game on the word actually, because you're now drunk. Geeky Ball Trades, I was quoting max voltage. I only have one. That's because the seller wasn't blind, but he sure didn't see me coming. Yeah.
Because he said, I can't afford 4090s either. Owns 11 of them.
Yeah.
He was joking.
Yes, I don't own 11 of them. I own 8 of them. 8. But funny thing about it is I actually did see a 4090 FE for sale just west of me. And he says in the offer up ad, he says, is he's asking 1720, I think, which is basically what it is with tax. He says, I won't go under retail, which basically is just going to bring in a load of offers at retail. Like, okay, fine, 1600 it is, because that's still less than what you'd pay for it from the store, because you're just paying that guy cash. Anyway, I was tempted. I was definitely tempted. Let's see. Oh, your A7 camera should be in by Friday. Can't wait. Awesome. Let's see. Crypto Craig says, what if you have SlimSAS on your motherboard? Do you need the redriver? That's a really good question, because I know like the Rome motherboards have SlimSAS connectors on them. I don't know, because I don't know enough about the Rome motherboard. Is there a redriver built in? Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm not sure. I haven't done any research on that, so I really don't know. Yes, Red Panda, I have 8. I have 2 sitting in boxes right now that will get rectified tomorrow.
Shame. Shame.
Shame? Oh, that I have 2. Oh, yeah. I feel like DJ. Shame on me. Shame on me. I hate the fact that there's 2 sitting there. It keeps me up at night. But I definitely feel like DJ. He's probably gone by now. He probably went to bed. But hopefully he'll watch the replay and see me trolling him. Remember when he had all those cards? Oh my gosh. All right, let me get rid of that. And there we go. Yes, only 2 GPUs are sitting. Yes, only 2, but 2 is, man, that's 50 cents an hour. That's $24 a day. That's just sitting there. Been sitting there a week. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. I'll have to figure out how I'm going to work it though, because I probably will have to move around some electric. Because right now I'm at about 5100 watts, which means I only have capacity to add one 4090. So I'll have to plug something else in somewhere else. I know where I'm going to plug it in. I just have to figure out. Oh, I know how I'm going to do it. I already figured it out. Okay. Take the power strip that I have plugged into the bathroom. I'm going to take that one out and plug that one into a regular wall, because it has like almost no power on it. And then plug one of the Vast rigs into the bathroom along with my 600 watt mining rig. That's a 20 amp, 120 volt circuit. So I'll still be well under control there. So there we go. I have that under control. And then once the, I have one more week of the X16 P here. And once that's done, I'll send it off to whoever's supposed to get it next. And then I'll have another 1700 watts, and then I can start planning on what I'm going to do with that. If I'm going to buy more 4090s at that point or what. We shall see. It all depends on whether I can get those $1,600 ones. If I can do that, it's finance it on 12 months. Yeah, I'll do that, because that'll be paid back, because it's such a lower price. Basically, that 12-month payback at the 25 cents is based upon like around 2,000, like a little over 2,000 per card. So if I'm doing 1,600 with tax, it's like 1,750, something like that. Depending on which county I'm buying it in. All right. Any other questions? If you do, tag me. Yeah, I know. That's exactly my point, Red Panda. That's why I've been doing it. $24. That's actually amazing. Like half the money of 160 GPUs you have mining at the moment. Yeah, it makes a lot. Even at a lousy 24.9 is what I usually do the 0.9. It goes slightly under what somebody else is at. It matters. It helps me get picked up faster. Joker Miner's telling me to go to bed. Yeah, it was a very long day yesterday. Only made longer. I'll tell you one more story. So last night, another story. You get a bonus story. Last night, we got home about 6:15 because, you know, we were concentrating on driving during daylight. And so watched the end of the Super Bowl, watched that, did a couple of things with regards to the rigs and stuff. I got my other rig up and running. And my other mining rig that I had kind of like broken apart and stuff as I was getting everything ready to go to Kansas, but I never put the 6 cards I had left. I never put them back in. So I did that last night. So I'm getting ready. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm going to go to bed soon. Get a call from my sister saying that my dad is being rushed to the hospital. Don't worry, he's fine. So that's not the story. Story is that I drive to the hospital. They're like, he's not here yet. Well, I don't see anybody by that name. Like, okay, he's probably still in the ambulance, probably bringing him out. I'm thinking at this point, maybe he's dead because you know, usually if somebody's not checked into the hospital, that's where my mind went. So I was really stressed and nervous. And so I waited as long as I could possibly wait, about 15, 20 minutes, went back up. I said, any word on my dad? Wait, what's his name again? Like, seriously. So I gave him the name. We don't have anybody here by that name. We have a Norman. I'm like, well, how many Normans could there be in this world? Seriously? Are you sure that's not him? She's like, it's not him. How do you know? Well, it's not him. And I can't tell you who it is because I know it's against HIPAA. So anyway, she starts calling around to a couple of surrounding hospitals thinking maybe he was taken somewhere else. And a woman walks up and says, what's your father's name? I'm like, this is his name. What's his birthday? This is his birthday. She's like, this is what's going on. Yes, a Norman came from the facility that you mentioned, but it's a different Norman. And they sent your father's paperwork with this Norman. So it's a mix-up. I said, so wait a minute. My father isn't here, and he probably is fast asleep at home. She's like, most likely. Great. I said, I'll tell you what, can I at least look at this gentleman and make sure he's not my father? She's like, sure. So she takes me back into the emergency room area, shows me into the room, like, yep, not my father. And that was it. But man, I was riled up. Couldn't go to sleep. So I only got like 3 or 4 hours, which actually isn't that unusual for me, but I really wanted to get a good night's sleep last night, but that didn't happen. So, yeah, I can't even believe that they did that. So, yeah, good times. Good times. Yes. So, yeah. Well, two more things. Ivan Yoon says, how many GPU are you going to run on your H12 SSL? Right now, I'm only going to run 4. So that should be fine. I know as you get more, the redrivers become more important, and I might need to reprogram the redrivers. So we'll see. Again, it's going to be kind of a little bit of an experiment. All right. So reminder of the giveaway. So I will be doing a giveaway. I am planning on doing a survey of some sort, where people can enter. And I don't know, maybe I'll have to find out if I can do something on, Well, I'll ask Panda. I can't think what the name of it is. I'm sure somebody can tell me. What's the platform that everybody does giveaways on? And if that's the case, maybe I'll do something there. But then I will look to see who all the entrants are. And if you are a member, Gleam, thank you, Red Panda. If you enter and you are a member, you will get an additional entry for each month that you've been a member. So that is the plan for the giveaway. I'm going to try to do it next Monday. Might have to do it for a little bit longer than that. I mean, I want to try to get this out to somebody so that they can make some money with it before the next time the rewards go down. But that is the plan. So look for those details coming out this week. And other than that, Geek of All Trades. Wait, what giveaway? I'm giving away a KS0 Pro. So thank you to BP, who was gracious enough to provide them to Red Panda and a few others. Obviously, Red Panda has the vast majority of them, but was nice enough to provide a few others of us with those to give away. So thank you again, BP, for doing that. Thank you. I'm sure the community thanks you as well. Red Panda says, you need to mine on this KS0 Pro for a video. Why? Why would I want to do that? I'm going to basically give it away in pristine, absolutely pristine condition. I don't want to make it, I'm not going to burn it in. I'm not going to be like those guys. Yeah, what happens if I break it? Joker says I already won though. Yeah, you won the last one. Maybe if you win again, it'll definitely be rigged. Gaming with Smokey Dan. Should I be lucky enough to win, it will be an LTC miner. It will be an LTC miner. Oh, you mean it's basically you're going to have it set up on unmineable and have it mine LTC? Smart man. Smart man. Still underpriced. Oh, he said if I break it, he'll get me another one? Yeah. Okay. All right. I will do a video on it. Oh, wow. Look at that. Signed by Max, worth $1 million. I will have to put a Max sticker on it. You know what? I'll give the person the option. Do you want a Max sticker? And do you want it signed by Max? I have a silver Sharpie, right?
Yeah, but it's silver.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we'll find a Sharpie that will work on that. And if you want it signed, I will sign it. Anyway, no, as far as I know, the BP does not stand for British Petroleum, but I do not know what it stands for. I have to lick it. If they want me to lick it, I do draw the line at what Chump did to mine. I will not do that to this one. So, just saying. Travelers Travel said, open it, test it, and put a max voltage sticker on it. Yeah. I will, like I said, I will leave that option to the person that wins it if he wants a sticker or not.
Sign the sticker and put it in the box.
That's true. I could always sign the sticker. Like I said, or if you want to sign my Sunflower Mama, I'm sure she would be happy to sign it as well. Geek. 'Twas bagged. Alrighty, guys. Well, it has been an hour and 20 minutes since I started, so I am going to call it a night. I appreciate you guys all for being here. This has been probably the longest stream that I have been on where it was over 100. And what did I peak out at? I peaked out at about 129 people. Wow. Thank you. Only 76 likes. So if you have forgotten to, by the way, I am one of those guys that always forgets to like until somebody reminds me. I am that guy. So if you are that guy or gal, please hit like on the way out. I would appreciate it very, very much. And with that, oh, wait a minute. I got to get that out of the way. Wait, what are you laughing at? Oh, okay. I was on the wrong thing. And actually, since I'm in this, I have to figure out how I end the stream on this one. Oh, there it is. Sorry, getting used to OBS again. All right. And then also, you know what? In the comments, let me know if you like going back to OBS with the other things. Oh, they do like it better? Okay. Well, there you go. 100%. Awesome. Appreciate that. Alrighty, guys. And now, finally, the general is out. Have a good night, guys.